All right, welcome back to another Small Guys episode. Today we are talking Home Alone. Home Alone is a movie from the 1990s. It's a Christmas movie. It's about an 8-year-old troublemaker who must protect his house from a pair of burglars when he accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. This movie's got a 66% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 80% on Rotten Tomatoes from audiences. It
I would
is.
like to say also that this is my recommendation.
It was, yes. And
You
this,
know,
I want to say this too. It was written and produced by John Hughes. Sorry, go ahead.
nice. You know what's really crazy about those scores is that it's not 100.
Yeah, isn't it weird that it's got a 66 critic score?
Yeah,
I feel like that's really low.
that's the
I
problem.
mean-
You gotta think how it's been out
Came
for
out in what, 1990?
30. It's
90,
been,
yeah.
It's been 32 years.
So it's only so the critic
Has
score.
it-
I'll say this too. Only 62 people reviewed it, and it got a 66. So,
No.
whereas like
mean-
the 80%, the audience score is 200. It's over 250,000 people. So it's a lot different.
Listen,
And
it's
obviously you'd rather have that. So
62 Grinch motherfuckers that just don't like Christmas.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't.
it is.
I'll
I
be-
usually don't trust the critic score.
I'll be the first
I really
to
don't
say
either.
this is by far the best Christmas movie of all time. Better than
Wow.
It's
Elf.
up there. It's up
Better
there.
than
Top 5.
Christmas Vacation.
That's
Better
gonna
than
be
the
a,
Grinch.
that's a hot take, dude.
Better than the Grinch. It's not one of the best movies. It is the best Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
that's a hot take. I'll give you
It is.
one of the best.
I'm being serious.
Well, before we talk about the first movie, I'm sure we've all seen the second movie. Where does this movie compare with the second film, the sequel to this?
The second one's
Um,
even better. I mean,
You think it's
not-
better?
don't
I
think
kind of
it's
I was thinking
as-
about it today. I think the first
No.
one's still better.
First
First
one's
I like the
better.
second one a lot, but I think the first one.
Second one seemed like money grab. Hey, first
Oh,
one
it
worked.
was.
Run
But
another.
What is-
the thing is that
What
I-
is any sequel? A
the
money
second
grab?
one was a money
Yeah.
grab, but I feel like if they're gonna do a sequel to an already established and well-made film from start to finish, that they did a great job with the second one. I don't think that they
They did, but like
even though it was a money grab, it was still like
It's just kinda
it was neck and
stupid.
neck with the first one.
Well, when it
Well, have
comes
you guys
to
seen the third? Because I haven't seen
yeah,
the third
I've seen
one.
all four.
I
Actually,
It's
think
not.
I think
I
Macaulay
have.
Culkin.
Okay.
I think
I actually
have
like
seen
the third
It's the
one,
one with
I don't
Scarlett
remember anything from
Johansson's
it.
in the third one.
yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm watching it tonight. I'm watching it
She's
tonight.
like, she's like fucking 13.
I've only seen the first.
I'm
two.
not watching it tonight. It's like-
Mike is in
Yeah,
fact
whoa.
not watching
Is-
this one
is Joe
anymore.
Pesci in the
Hey,
third one?
editors. We don't have editors, so nope.
I don't.
It's a whole
remember.
new. It's like a team.
Yeah,
whole
it's,
new
it's
cast.
a whole new cast.
It's
Same with
literally
the
like Violent
fourth
Night.
one.
The third one is literally Violent Night.
The fourth
without
one is
killing.
bad. The fourth
Less
one's
killing?
about like a
that
basically
was
like
recent, right?
the fourth one.
I think yeah, it was like
Yeah, it was
recent.
more recent. It's
I-
about like
isn't
a
there a
rich
show?
It
kid.
is good though.
Oh, okay.
Home Alone 3 is not bad. It's still a pretty good.
Home Alone
film, but
3 is
I mean,
good.
it's not even. It shouldn't be in consideration with the other two though.
Home Alone
Oh,
3
okay.
was like higher stakes. At the end, like the police are coming and like
Well, no, it was like a SWAT team
yeah.
because it's literally like it was like Violent Night where they have like a group of people instead of just two. Like,
Was it like in a
hardened-
home or
Hey.
something? Because I know the second one's like a hotel.
Yeah, third one's a home again.
Second one is
That is-
a home.
You mean third one?
Third one.
Third one's a home.
Third
with the
one's a
fourth
big
one.
ass house.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's
what
just
because
another
I was
rich
saying the
family.
second one's a hotel, the first one's a home. I didn't know
Oh,
what the
yeah.
third one was.
Third one's
So they need to rename the second one Hotel Alone.
I'll say this too.
no,
watching
because
this
he
movie-
goes to his family's house that are renovating their apartment in New York.
Oh yeah.
And that's why
Yeah.
it was like sweet because it's like all like he can trash the shit out of it.
Yeah,
Wa-
Shit
watching
they
this
do.
movie. I don't know. if you
And
guys-
wait, and the best part about Home Alone 2 gave us the fucking washing machine scene where Harry gets the washing machine and he's fucking screaming and he turns into a
That's-
skeleton.
That's by far one of honestly,
It's a
I probably
classic.
like it ranks up there with like Step Brothers for me in terms of like moments, like laughing out loud. That is by far one of the funniest moments of like just anything I've
So
ever
good.
watched.
And
So,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I just got home from my trip yesterday, and I threw this on because I was like, I've seen this movie obviously plenty of times, but I was like, I'll throw it on so I can have it fresh in my head. Now, as I'm watching it, I was actually kind of like giggling. I was like, this is
Dude,
such
it's
stupid,
hilarious.
stupid.
No matter
ass
how many
movie.
times you've seen it, it's still a classic.
I
every
was
time
like,
you
this is
watch
just
it, man.
such a stupid ass
And
movie.
the best part about this movie is that you know it's a classic and you know it's a good ass movie when it's on TV all day, every day, every Christmas, even
Yep.
not even during the holiday season. And you can just literally pick up where you left off.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
like
as
this
great
a
as
lot
watching it.
more than I didn't get to be on any of the Christmas episodes, really. I don't know if you guys ever mentioned it, but A Christmas Story. I hate that movie.
I'm not a
Yeah,
big
we-
fan
I've
of it
seen
either.
it once.
I
don't-
do.
I
Oh,
didn't-
cool.
I
So
didn't
we
like it.
all don't like that movie.
No, and
No.
Brian doesn't like it either.
Oh, but that's perfect.
Why the hell would you
I-
like it? It's like scary as shit.
Sorry,
Fuck-
Grandma, if you're
fuck-
listening.
Fuck Brian right
Yeah,
now, to be
totally.
honest with you.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
know what's
Brian's
funny?
not on this
Hey,
episode.
Brian's home alone, and what does Brian do when he's home alone?
Smashing beers,
He's spanking the Frank right now.
pulling the goalie.
Yeah.
You know, with that scene with Marv getting electrocuted, he was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen so many funny captions, but the funniest caption by far is when you bust, but she keeps on sucking. That is by far the funniest fucking caption you could ever think for that shit, bro.
God, dude.
I seen that on TikTok like probably a couple years ago, and I swear to God, I was literally in fucking tears when I seen that.
That's
For
funny.
Twitter, I think.
I
Actually,
should
not
never
TikTok.
brought up spanking the Frank. That was dude's horny.
You're so
yeah.
lucky we're recording it, and just know that.
And to go from horny to Legos really quick, I don't know if you guys seen, but there's like the Home Alone Lego
Good
set.
transition.
It's sweet, but it's like I think it's like
I've never seen
$400.
that.
Oh, it's really cool.
400,
I mean,
dude. Legos.
it's
you
like-
can
like
buy a
5,000
fucking-
pieces.
A box of Legos, and it's like $1,000.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it's the
understand how
giant
that
like
shit's so
it's the
expensive.
giant like house, and like you can open it up, and
That's
it's
kinda
cool.
That's
Cool.
sweet. But
Yeah.
that's the
I didn't
best
even-
part about this movie is that literally it was filmed in the 1990s, and I don't know where it takes place exactly.
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah, outside obviously the
Yeah.
city, and that
Suburbs.
house is beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Probably the best looking house of any like early 90s movie. You know,
One
Did they
thing
ever say
that
what the
takes
parents
place.
do?
Nah, but his
No,
dad's
right?
fucking rich as hell. So.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they got to be right.
Mhm.
But what were you saying?
The one thing about
Oh,
like
sick.
so this is an older Christmas movie. I feel like after like what, like 2005, they just like stopped making good Christmas movies.
Okay, well, let's talk
That's
about
why
this.
they
Let's
just-
talk about this really quick now. You want to know the reason why?
What you got, Mike?
It's because the internet, everything is filmed, and people are getting a little bit more sensitive as we get older and as time goes
Yeah,
on. And
That's
you just
true.
can't make movies, and you can't make the jokes that you want to anymore because people
Yeah.
are going to find a way to get offended about it.
That's a good point.
Well, too, and to give John Hughes credit, who also did the last rewind we just talked about, Christmas Vacation, which is another great Christmas movie from '89, the year before this movie came out, and clearly he went on to do Home Alone 2 and everything like that.
This is the break
he
he
wrote,
needed
he
too, right?
produced, yeah, huh?
This was the break he needed too, because I think you talked about it last episode where
Yeah, so
was
I
strapped for
mentioned
money.
on the last, yeah. So originally, like the director that was supposed to do Christmas Vacation left the project because he didn't want to work with Chevy Chase. So he went on to do this movie instead, which made 6 times more the money at the box office than
Dude, it
Christmas
made
Vacation did.
476 million.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot
And
to. I
this
think I
is-
said when we did the night before a few weeks ago. I think I said that's like one of the best Christmas soundtracks. I was wrong. It's this movie for sure. It's this movie. Like
so
every
good.
song was
This-
so
this
good.
does
Every
have a
Christmas
really
song.
good
I mean, all my
soundtrack.
favorite Christmas songs are in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I had to say that.
I mean,
too.
dude, you got to think like this is an original ass movie. Like,
Mhm.
who would have ever thought that this, like, you could even bring up this concept? You'd be like, dude, that's like dumb as shit.
Whoever wrote this
No one-
script, honestly, bro,
No one wants,
had
no
to
one
sell
would
that
want
shit
that.
really good.
But it's literally the perfect time. It's like family friendly. Literally, Macaulay Culkin, I think, was 8 years old when he filmed it, or he was maybe not. He had to be less than 10 years old.
He's a
Well,
crackhead
the
now.
movie plays 8. I
Yeah,
think he's 10 or
crackhead.
11.
He never even
And-
did
and-
drugs. Is the
I'm-
fact that
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
but I
And
think
Mike,
you
to
gotta
go
think
back
that-
really quick with John Hughes, he before in the 80s he did 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, Pretty in
Oh.
Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So he was
Okay.
pretty
best
big
movies
already,
ever made.
to give him credit. But yeah,
Hmm.
clearly like this was his first time doing like Christmas movies and stuff. And
Well, you were capping
just
on
say
the
he
last
doesn't miss.
episode then because you said that.
well,
he
I was
like,
talking about the director that needed the big break, not John Hughes. He wrote it. and
Oh,
produced it.
fuck, duh, yeah, okay.
But I mean, he does direct in some stuff, but like he did direct Breakfast Club and like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But he's just amazing. That guy can do nothing wrong. But
For real.
yeah, I mean, like I said about the soundtracks, I was thinking about it when I was watching the movie. I'm like, damn, this one's way better than like the Night Before soundtrack.
So good,
so-
dude.
This
Yeah.
is a good soundtrack.
And then too, I'm gonna sound really weird here. I didn't watch Home Alone for the first time until I was 16, 17 years old. Really weird. I know. I always get
It's
so
alright.
because
As
everyone
long as
watched
you
it when they were
watched it,
kids.
you
Hey, you want to know why? Because you were in it yourself. You fucking.
I know. I started it.
You already
Yeah,
know what
but-
happened.
No, it
I
is-
don't know
it is
how.
crazy
I don't know
to
how you
think-
didn't just like stumble upon it.
I know, because this is. Do you guys think this is
I don't
probably the
even know how
most
your
like?
parents didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I've seen clips of it, like them getting hurt and stuff like that, and Joe Pesci making those funny faces and stuff. I've never like you filthy animal. Like I've seen that before, but I didn't know, what the movie was about really, besides him being home alone, right? So, but I never seen.
Wait,
the
did you
movie,
see
like,
the
for a
movie?
second.
That is
Have
the
you seen that
movie.
black and white movie that's in Home Alone?
What's that called?
The Get Out of Here, You Filthy Animal.
No, because that movie, I think that was just recorded for this movie. It's not an actual movie, you
Yeah.
dumbass.
Mike.
Anyway.
Bro, I don't fucking know. It could have
No,
very well
I was
been
just
a
trying to
fucking
get.
Oh, did
Josh
you have
to-
Mike tricked?
to catch the bait?
You could.
I
That,
thought you
okay,
were trying
but
to get me.
No, so
that could have very well been an actual movie though.
no, it wasn't. That's the
fucking-
crazy thing about it is
Oh,
that
you-
they literally
hey,
filmed that little part just for this movie, which is a movie within a movie.
Yeah,
It's
you
great.
got
It
me.
works
You
out
got me
perfect.
really good, Aiden. Oh my god, congrats, buddy.
No, and I give Mike credit. I think
did
I thought it was a
yourself.
real movie the first time I saw it, and I
Yeah.
was.
I mean, most
16,
people do. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, it does suck that you got to think about it. Like before we get into breaking the movie down, that Macaulay Culkin literally didn't film it, or he wasn't in anything after these two movies. I don't believe, or besides My Girl. But I think he was younger than. I think that was after Home Alone. It had to been.
Mhm.
That was like his call to
That was
fame.
after.
But after that, like he obviously didn't do anything in his teens or do anything in like his 20s and 30s, and now
Just taking
he's
the.
got a
those drugs.
podcast. He wasn't. I don't believe he was doing drugs. I think
He's
was
not
just-
as
Well, he was
big
in The
as
Good
us.
Son too.
Yeah, and he.
But that was,
now
that
he's
was-
married to Brenda Song. So,
Yeah.
but he's
Is he
but he's-
really?
Really?
Yeah, he's a Riz god.
Hey, good for you, man.
Oh.
Good for you, dude.
I
I remember watching
predicted that.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, man. I was crushing on Brenda back then.
Oh yeah, always. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
What?
But it is. But then you got to think.
She's in that too.
You got to take into consideration that who was he hanging out with when he got done filming this? Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, I always
I don't
forget
know.
that.
And it's crazy. I mean, I don't want to get it too much into it because I really don't know shit about it, but I'm pretty sure like he testified for Michael Jackson and shit like that. But he was also
Yeah.
a little ass kid, so
For him or against
Him.
him?
For him.
for him,
So some of the kids were for him. Most of them were against him.
yeah, just depending on how much
They show
money
him in the
Michael Jackson
documentary on
did.
HBO.
Yeah, I was gonna say how he treated you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know, though.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Why don't we just ask the direct source here?
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey Josh, what did Michael Jackson?
What did Michael do to you?
Did Michael your Jackson?
He diddled me.
and on that note, let's
No,
dive deep a
so
little
there's a
bit.
lot
Get
of
back to
there's
the
a lot
Christmas
of
movie.
no, there's a lot of cool hidden details in this. Being that
Michael
you know, the kid that he shares the bed with, the little kid that's drinking the Coke and he's gonna wet the bed if he drinks pop.
And he gets
That's his
his
actual
face-
brother.
Oh,
That's
really?
his real life brother.
Really?
That's the
Oh,
guy
wow, I
that
didn't know
played Scott Pilgrim's roommate.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
and he's in Succession right now, so that's his actual
Yep.
brother, which is hilarious.
That part where he got his face smashed in when Kevin spilled everything.
yeah,
That was super
Yeah.
funny. That literally
And,
made me laugh out loud today when I rewatched it.
At what point would you guys, you're breaking into this house? Not that I think that that's what any of us do. I don't know what everyone
I'm
does in their
thinking
free
about it.
time, but yeah.
I've had
No comment.
How many
comment.
traps until you just say fuck this? I'm leaving because I feel like after like 3 events I would have been like, all right, yeah, I'll just go and hit the neighbor's house even if they're
Oh,
home.
they already did. They hit the whole block.
Oh yeah,
I
it's-
think,
But that was, I mean, if anyone fucking
I think
get
if
hit
I
by
knew,
one damn BB in the forehead, I'm killed.
yeah, no, when he's like pointing that's the thing, like he's pointing that BB gun at them. There's not like an orange tip or anything on that. Like
No.
I thought about that. I'm like, I would have just not shot that and just walked around with that and scared the shit out of them the whole time.
Well, he was for the most part. When he was like later in the movie, he just got it strapped to his back.
Back, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I think if
I
I knew
didn't
that
realize-
a little kid was in there, that I would not care how many booby traps there was. I would literally do everything I could to fucking break into the house.
it's just
I
funny because
didn't-
they really don't show any like high value items within the house. You know, like
No.
you're saying, like, oh, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
pot of cash and like
Yeah, this is where it's
silver,
at.
silver china and all that, but they don't ever like make it like
It's a,
show.
it's
like,
a stupid
there are
concept.
valuables
It's a
there.
stupid concept.
Well, and
It
also
is.
those two guys are idiots, so
yeah.
wet bandits.
Well, I mean, let's be honest too. It's a big house, so you gotta assume
Yeah,
maybe
I
there
mean,
is
you
money
would.
and stuff in there, and I don't
Yeah.
know. But I never noticed how long it took them in the movie to like actually get into the house.
Yeah.
There's only like 18, 19 minutes left when they actually get in the house for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I like how once they're in the house and the mom's like driving back with the polka band, that they don't really cut to her anymore.
John
like
Candy.
that. Yeah, they do that whole like they show everything in the house.
yeah.
So I like that. I don't like how it cuts away.
hmm
But there's a lot of like hidden details in this. I saw like just throughout the years and on YouTube. Like when they spill the pop all over the pizza and stuff,
I
his
saw
dad
that when
takes
I noticed
everything and
it.
throws
Yeah.
the ticket away. So that's
Mhm.
a hidden detail.
Yeah.
I think the best one, and I rewatched it because I watched it last night, and when Harry's running outside like in the snow after
Mhm.
his shoes get stuck to the steps with the tar.
I mean, Marv.
Marv.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Marv is a bushy,
Mhm.
ugly
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Marv. That's Marv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's running in the snow with rubber feet, so his feet
Yeah, their
don't get
fake feet.
cold. And if you look at it, like you stop, dude, his feet are like this long. They're long as shit.
Dude, you can tell when it's on the steps too. When
Yeah,
he's walking up the steps,
100%.
you can kind of tell. Yeah, because I
Really?
read that
Hilarious.
that
Yeah,
he
you can
wore
just tell.
fake
Like, I
feet.
mean, it's very subtle, but you could definitely see it if you knew.
Yeah, because
about
Bruce Willis does it in Die Hard too. I saw.
it. Mhm.
So, and I didn't know that either about that movie. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you can definitely tell when he's walking up the stairs.
I think the best one is when he's going through Buzz's room and he sees Buzz's girlfriend's picture. They didn't want to like actually take a picture of a girl and like have her live her entire life knowing that like he calls her ugly in the movie. So he literally dressed up his own son as a girl. And
Yeah.
fucking took a
Really?
picture
I didn't
of
know
it.
that.
He took a picture
Man.
of his own son dressed as a girl.
That is hilarious.
And now he's literally just down in history.
You know what's really funny when they're when he's talking about like reasons why like Kevin will be fine. He's like listing them off. He goes A, he lists a reason. He goes B, he lists another reason, and he's like D, and then he lists the third reason because he's fucking stupid.
Buzz's character is the best. I don't know what he says in the beginning, and it's funny as shit. He's like, "I wouldn't let you sleep next to me if your face was my ass or something." I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what he
Yeah,
said.
I don't even know what he said. I remember
Yeah, I
just
think if
laughing out loud.
he's like, if you resist on my ass, I wouldn't let you,
Yeah.
or something like that. I wouldn't let you sleep.
Which is a classic like Big Brother line. I feel like
Yeah.
when you're that young.
Funny shit.
You would know.
Yeah, it's crazy that a movie where a kid is stuck home alone without his family being there is one of the most popular Christmas movies of all time. When you think of Christmas, you think of like being with your family and presents and stuff like that, Santa, stuff like that. But it's funny how this movie is this popular, I guess. So do you guys think this is probably
Think
the
about
most
Elf.
popular Christmas
He's
movie?
got no family and he's all
Yeah.
on his own.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
a
it
I
is
think
theme?
they're
crazy.
but those movies are literally good from start to finish. Like,
Yeah,
that's
they
the
are.
point. And like they're
And
not,
they come together at the
and
end.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like it's everything that you want in a movie. That's why I
Yeah,
said,
and at
like,
the
this,
end, too,
this
the
is literally
neighbor-
one of the best movies like of all time, and it is
Yeah.
like it's a perfect film. You would like I would consider it because like one you can it has rewatch value unlimited. You could literally watch it anytime you want. It's
Yep.
always good. You're always gonna laugh at the same jokes, and it's not like it's not too pushy. Like
See, I don't know if you
has
can
something
call it
new,
like
every
one of the
time.
best movies of all time
It
just
is.
because it's so stupid.
But that's what makes it.
You know,
good.
I mean, it's
So-
funny.
You know what's something that really pissed me off today that I've never noticed until I watched it today?
Mhm.
At the end where the fucking water bandits, whatever the fuck their name is, they get
Wet
caught.
Bandits.
Wet bandits.
Calling
He just goes home and he sleeps in the house by himself. And like the cops don't do anything, and like he's still all alone by himself for a whole night still after they get caught.
Well, he's
Pretty
also a
much.
liar.
That's such
so-
a big plot.
Oh,
hole,
that's
like-
true, Mike. I didn't even think of that.
Like
but he
that's
is a
such a big
liar. So
plot
like
hole.
when he was at the store, he's like, "Oh, I'm an only child. My dad's in the car. My dad's
he's
at
gonna,
work.
he's
my
gonna
mom's in
trick the
car."
police after two of the biggest burglars in the neighborhood got caught.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't even think of that. That is a big plot hole, though.
Yeah, 100%. Like what?
Just believe me.
Just
Yeah.
believe me, they're inside.
But I mean, that's the other thing about this movie is that like I feel like it's relatable. Like, yeah, they have a big ass family and they go to Paris for Christmas, and like, yeah, they forgot their kid, and especially at the beginning when he like
Does that
tells
happen?
his mom. I mean, I'm sure.
So what would you guys do now if you forgot your kid like this?
Okay, they're fine.
If I'm like if I'm the mom in the
I
situation.
mean, since I've seen this movie, I'd figure they're
Back-
probably good.
Back in the 1990s,
yeah, where they don't have a cell phone.
where they don't have cell phones and stuff like that.
I would be trying.
Yeah,
to
that's
get
the
home.
hardest part.
Yeah, I'd be
I
trying.
mean,
to
but
get
they
home as
did the
quick as
right thing.
possible.
Now, I mean, I always think that the whole family shouldn't have came home because I mean, it's kind of like. But then again, how would she know? Like he told her like, oh, we're gonna take the morning flight. You know,
Yeah.
but
I mean, they all want to. The thing is because I thought about that too, Aiden. But like to end a movie where it's just her and him in the house
would have been good.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
how
would've
they end
been
the
good.
second one though.
Well, they could have time jumped too, you know.
But
when
they
were
end
done
the
with their
second one
trip.
of her meeting him in like Central Park.
Yeah,
And it's just them two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they realized like, oh, we should have just kept it.
Well, yeah, they probably didn't want to end the second one exactly like the first one,
Yeah.
even though they are pretty similar.
I haven't
right?
seen the
But-
second one in a long ass time. I might have to
I
rewatch that.
I watched it last night.
because I don't even know how it
President's
starts off.
How
I
does
don't
it start
remember a
off?
lot from it
It's the
either.
same thing. It's the same,
Same
premise. Like they're
thing.
going on a vacation. I think
They're
it's to
going
Florida
to-
or something.
They're
right?
going to Miami. I just
Miami, yeah.
watched it last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just
So-
forget him again.
Uh,
No,
no,
they, like-
he's at the airport with
oh, and
them.
he loses, and they
and
all
he
run
loses
forward,
them,
and he
and then
follows the
he
guy that looks
hops
like
on
his
a-
dad, and it's
Yes.
not his dad. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hops on a different plane.
Yeah, because they make
Oh, I
jokes
remember
like,
now.
yeah, they make jokes like, "Where's Kevin?" And then Kevin's like, "I'm right here." And they're like at the airport. They keep making
Yeah.
jokes like he's gonna get lost, and then he ends up
Yeah.
getting lost.
Yeah.
It's a good ass movie.
Because you gotta think like, there's no way they'd actually forget Kevin again. Like, leave him at home again.
Yeah, but then this time it's his fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not really paying attention.
No, they
either.
tease it.
His
Yeah, too
fault.
in the car in the second one. They're like,
Is it like
We
the
have-
next Christmas for him, or is it like is he 10 or 11 now? Do they say or no? I haven't seen the second one in probably 2
Uh,
years.
I don't remember if they say. I was kind of sleepy, but I watched it last
Okay.
night.
One thing that I do like about the original one is some of the camera shots. Like, you know, the one like almost the most iconic from this movie is when they sleep in, they rush up, and then everyone's just doing it's a still shot, sped up, and everyone's just looping around like
Doing
what do you
random
call it?
shit, getting ready to
yeah,
go.
what's that? A time lapse.
Yeah.
When they jump out of the bed, it's like we overslept. I've seen that video so many times on fucking TikTok or Instagram.
But I mean, then you got to give it to Macaulay Culkin too. Like, he's a young ass kid, and he's like
He did a hell
perfect
of a
acting.
fucking job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that's what makes it.
You know what's something funny that we haven't talked about? Every single person that drove in front of the house hit that statue in front and knocked it
that's
over.
the ongoing gag.
Even the airport guys.
And that's
that
what
were
I
picking
just-
him up.
Yeah, but I just saw the Lego set that Josh was talking about, and they don't even include that in there.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah,
Kind of dumb.
not in there.
Yeah, because
Fucking Lego.
I didn't even know that was a Lego set till I was in when I was in Chicago at the Lego store and I saw it and I was like, wow,
Where
that'd be
is-
so cool to
Does
have.
anyone know where this house is in real life? You know how like the
Probably
full
sure.
house
Chicago.
it's in Chicago?
Hey,
I
let's
said
go.
probably not.
Hey, let's go find it
It
and rob
probably
it.
might not be.
Let's go rob it. Home Alone 5.
I think I saw a thing where a few years ago where it was worth like hundreds of millions, or
Might
not
be
hundreds of millions,
Chicago.
but like tens of millions.
Probably.
Makes sense.
What I was curious
Yeah,
too.
it's
'cause
in
the-
Illinois.
Is it okay? I was curious when I was watching this movie. What is your guys' favorite like trap?
Sitka.
My favorite
Right.
moment was Joe Pesci walking in, his head getting lit on fire.
Yeah, that was good. I think it's the
I think I like
But Marv
that.
getting hurt. Marv getting hurt's always really funny.
no, it's always the paint cans.
Paint cans, yeah.
Paint cans are the
when they're
best.
going to walk up the stairs.
Yep, and they just get smoked. Because imagine how bad, like, dude, you'd be
Yeah.
dead.
That would hurt.
Yeah. And that's the best part about it is that you know that this shit hurts. He's got an iron dropped on his head.
Yeah.
His head gets lit on fire and like
Definitely
a
concussions.
nail in the foot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I was
like,
thinking about
and
that as I
they're
was
just not
watching
hurt.
it
That's the best
yesterday.
part.
I was like, all right, some of these are like potentially fatal like traps.
Yeah,
You're
and I
talking
looked,
about
I
like a
looked it up because I was
7-year-old.
curious how the traps worked and like with Aiden said with the fake feet and stuff like that. Like when he comes through, when Marv comes through the window and he's getting on the ornaments, they're like
Mhm.
made of candy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's all
Candy
these different
glass.
things, so it's pretty interesting to see how they went about making those because
Mhm.
it looked real. I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
it was candy
Yeah.
before watching it this time around, and it looked real and it sounded real, and I don't know.
I like
like
this-
the other
trap
thing
dogs.
about the one where he's like trying to run up the attic stairs and he puts the tarantula on Marv
Mhm.
Marv's
Yep.
head, And like in the video that I watched, like when they put the tarantula on his head, he just made like a facial expression. He didn't actually scream. And then they dubbed that in after, so like obviously it
Oh.
didn't scare the spider.
Ah.
So, I mean that's
Oh,
smart.
That
You
makes
can definitely
sense.
tell, like even when Kevin screams, you can tell how it's just the audio is different because they dub all those like screams in. They just put them in a room, like fucking scream your head
Where
off.
he's putting
Yeah,
aftershave on
yeah.
in the
Putting
mirror.
the alcohol on his face, he screams.
I
That's iconic, man. This whole
That
entire
is-
movie's iconic.
I was gonna say like I remember because I rewatched this last night. I like the scene like you get the one of the old man outside. What's his name? The neighbor's name.
Old man Jenkins. It's not that, but
Yeah.
And he literally like they're just making shit up, saying that he's
Yeah,
a
and I just
murderer.
remember as a kid like that was spooky, you know, because I saw this when I was really young. You're like,
Yeah.
oh
Old
shit,
man
like,
Marley.
Marley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Or also there's that scene where like growing up actually at my dad's house, his basement always used to scare the shit out of me, and it was always
Furnace.
his furnace because it was loud as fuck. And I like when I rewatched this yesterday, it like rejogged that memory. I was like, holy
yeah.
shit, I remember that. Like
yeah.
so that was kind of funny. Like this is definitely one of those movies that when you see it, if you're young, unfortunately,
nostalgic.
Josh, I don't know how did
It's like, wow, I remember when I was 16 and I watched this.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know how it wasn't
This
just like
movie
on.
sucks.
No, and instead I was watching like Christmas Vacation and all that stuff and R-rated stuff when I was younger, and now like these movies that are like PG, for some reason I missed them, and
Missed him.
yeah, I don't know how. I wish I would have.
Pretty much he was getting money in F&Bs and you were doing
Yeah.
nothing, Aiden.
No, but I think that is cool. Like having a little bit
Still
of an
doing
older insight, like still really, really liking the movie. Like I
Yeah.
didn't have to be his age to enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Absolutely.
So
Bro, if I could be 30, 40 and watch this for the first time, I'd still fucking
yeah,
bust
it's,
out
Yeah,
laughing.
which that's
it's
really powerful
stupid
to
and
do
it's
that.
entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then too, to talk about that neighbor really quick, old man Marley, when he reunites with his son at the end, I forgot how sad that is. It
Yeah.
was really so sad.
There's
So,
some heartwarming
emotional.
parts to this movie for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Those last like 10 minutes just really pulls on the heartstrings. I forgot like how powerful it really is at the end of the movie. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like this movie, but I
How long is this? How long is it?
think it's an hour 42.
Okay.
Hour
That's like the
40.
perfect length for a movie.
That's good.
Yeah, you
I
gotta think
the-
like 10 minutes of credits. Really, like,
Second
Yeah,
one's like
that's the thing
2
too. Like
hours.
from start to finish, there's nothing that I would add, and there's nothing that I would take out
Yeah,
realistically.
no,
Like,
it's got a good pace to it.
oh yeah.
yeah, and like the villains obviously are like what steal the show, right? For most people, it's like
Marvin Hay.
yeah, that's the Wet Bandits. Like they make the movie too, and imagine the movie without like Joe Pesci. Like what would it be like without him in it and someone else that maybe didn't do as good as
Yeah.
a job? Like maybe this movie would be as successful or popular as it was, you know?
It'd be a
Um,
spoof like fucking Violent Night. to be
yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Well, I was waiting for like the dumbbell scene, Mike, where she, you know, where he would do it, but that never happened. Probably
Well,
'cause
I mean,
can't
that's like
lift
the second one when he literally puts a whole damn toolbox down the steps.
Yeah.
It just smokes.
You're like, how
All
did
the
he set
shit's
that
flying
up?
out of it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just stupid. But it's a great kids movie, and it's just a classic where you
Yeah.
could literally show your kids this movie, and it's still gonna be relevant. That's the thing. We're gonna die, and this movie's still gonna be relevant.
yeah.
You know what I watched it on today?
Hmm.
DVD, and that shit looked like fucking ass, dude.
So I watched it on Disney Plus with like a brand new TV and everything,
Fuck, man.
and it still looked like shit. So don't
I
feel
thought
too
mine,
bad.
like I was watching it, it looked crystal clear, and I was like,
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
thought
like
I thought it
I don't
looked.
know. They should make a
Okay,
setting
not
for like
shit.
older movies like that. They should
Yeah,
definitely
it
keep
just
it like how
looked
it is.
aged,
'Cause
but
that,
with good reason.
Yeah.
You know what though? Unless it's like the original Star Wars trilogy or something like that, I feel like movies from like the 90s, like Christmas Vacation and like even this movie, I didn't really notice it being that old after like 30 seconds. Like I feel like I adapted to
Yeah,
it
yeah,
quicker
yeah.
than
No, I agree. Like
Yeah.
after 2 minutes, you forget about it.
but like dude, those old Star
at
Wars movies, you're like,
first-
damn, like this was a long time ago.
Yeah, especially the space scenes. You're like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah, when Obi-Wan fights like Darth Vader for the first time and they're just doing
Yeah,
this, like back
that
and
looks
forth,
pretty
just doing these
bad.
light little swings. I'm like, what is this? But yeah, so I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I was looking into all the facts and stuff and trivia about this movie. This is some of the coolest trivia I think there's been. I really like I mean a lot of it we already kind of discussed, but there's some really good ones in here. Joe Pesci deliberately avoided Macaulay Culkin because he wanted him to like play off that he was like really mean to him.
Mhm.
So he'd avoid him in real life, which I feel like, maybe to an 8, 9-year-old, however old he was, like at the actor, that might hurt his feelings, or he
That
might be
would hurt
confused
my
by that.
feelings at that age.
Yeah. I mean, he probably didn't know, but and then too, Macaulay Culkin still calls the actress that plays his mother, Catherine O'Hara. He still calls her mom to this day. I think that's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, what's it been, like 30 years? This movie's over 30 years old.
32.
So yeah. I mean, I guess she's played his mom twice, but still, it's like still really cool. Joe Pesci would use a lot of profanity in his scripts. He'd like ad lib a lot of profanity in a lot of his movies. So in this movie, he obviously couldn't do that. So he'd like exchange the F word for fridge and all this other stuff when he'd get hurt, which I think that's kind of funny. The line that Macaulay Culkin says, "You guys give up? Or are you thirsty for more?" was completely improvised. I think that's pretty funny. I mean, it's crazy him being that young and just coming up with stuff like
Did
that.
he
Thinking-
improvise?
Bad for an 8-year-old.
Did he
Yeah.
improvise? Come and get me, you horse's ass.
Yeah. Yep. Macaulay Culkin also drew the map that his character uses to set up the traps. I think that's kind of cool. Like he actually just sat there and drew it out.
Mhm.
Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern felt indifferent about the movie's potential during shooting, so they'd initially gave over-the-top performances. Neither of them believing that this movie would become as big as a success that it became. So they'd just play over-the-top characters as villains because they didn't really think it'd take off, which I think that's kind of funny too, because that actually worked out for them, being these over-top characters. The pages on the Playboy that Kevin reads had tape blocking off all the nudity. Obviously,
I like how he just tosses. Sorry, I like how he
Go ahead.
like sees that and he's like, "Ew, naked people," and
Ew.
tosses it.
I don't even know why. When I read that they taped it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I don't know why I never even thought about that. Like,
Yeah, I
when was
wouldn't
watching
even think about that.
Many of the shots that focused on Kevin in the beginning of the movie were filmed above his head, making him look small and hopeless. Where at the end, it shot from underneath him, making him look like taller. And
Now that you say that, I
Once
Did
he starts
notice
doing
it.
laundry and
he
Yeah.
goes down and faces his fears in the
faces his
basement.
fears in the furnace room.
Takes
Yeah.
on a little bit of responsibility and grows as a character. That's
Yep.
character development.
Yep. And then this one's
gets a job,
this
moves
one's cool
out.
too. Macaulay Culkin's
Yeah,
stunt
moved out
double
at
was
8.
a very short 30-year-old man.
Yeah, that's the best part.
You can kind of
And-
see it when he's like ziplining to the treehouse.
I didn't really catch it. I caught it when he was going down the stairs in the sled. Like
Oh,
right when
okay.
he does that like side view where he goes out the door, like you can completely tell that's not a little kid. But yeah, I guess that guy was like super short and they literally like he looked just like him. So
Yeah, because I
there
kind of
you go.
noticed it a little
There's
bit.
your calling, Josh. You
Yeah,
did
I'm about to
Home
do
Alone
that.
4.
Me. All right.
Home Alone 5.
Yeah. The movie originally had more scenes of the family in Paris, but test audience wanted to get back to Kevin, so they cut a lot of it.
Yeah.
Good call.
Makes
That's
sense. Yeah. This movie entered into the Guinness World Records for highest box office Christmas comedy, grossing 477 million worldwide. And the last fact here, to promote a stronger Christmas feel, red and green are in major reoccurring colors throughout the movie. They are in furniture, clothing, food containers, and wallpaper.
So that's the kind
That's
of
really
stuff
cool.
that I love when they do, like when you have a director and like a set or like all the people that create that have that attention. That's cool. Like to think that they're thinking about like, oh, make sure the pillows are red. That because it's that subconscious that makes you really realize this is a Christmas movie. So I did not know that, and I appreciate that.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think if it got re-released that it would cross 1 billion?
Like got remastered or like if
Just
it were
re-
to come out
like-
today.
Some bullshit James Cameron Avatar stuff where they just re-released it in the theaters.
I mean, people would definitely
they
see
do.
it, but then
they do bring it
also-
into the
I was
theaters.
gonna say like
at
certain
least like our
theaters,
local
like-
theater.
Yeah, MJR and like some of those other theaters, they'll bring back like this movie, The Goonies, Elf, like,
Yeah.
all those ones where
They do
I
every
would
year,
love to
Mike.
go see that. Like,
But
I
that
would
doesn't
love to
count
see what it is.
towards like gross revenue for the movie.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think if
no.
it's in theaters, technically it does.
does it,
I think so.
okay.
So is that 477 up to date, or is it?
I mean, that's on IMDb
Initial.
from, people putting these trivias and stuff like that. That's where I get most of the facts. But it
Okay.
is crazy because, like, usually when I'm looking for facts and stuff about the movie that it's interesting, I try not to do like more than, 8, 9, 10. But
Mhm.
this one had so much stuff like in
So
it
you
that
got
it
32
was hard.
years to dissect it.
Yeah, dude, it was hard to
Yeah,
pick
that's
out.
true. You
Well,
got
it's
a
just
lot
like
of time.
and it's like interesting stuff pretty much. I mean, like the
Oh,
whole,
yeah.
I like the color, like Andrew said, with the color thing in the background. Like I think that's really cool when movies
cool.
can
That's the other thing too
consciously-
is that those people, like those set designers and costume designers, like they don't get enough credit.
no,
for
Yeah,
any
and those
movie.
those fine details are what like
Oh yeah.
it's in the back of your head, like I said,
Mhm.
that's making you like these movies.
Yeah.
So I like
I
that.
literally watched a
that Christmas
breakdown
feel.
of
Yeah.
Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a Day at work, and they were just going in. They actually interviewed the costume design lady, and she's just going in detail. They're like, you really don't understand, like it's not even just about an outfit, and then that actor puts it on, and it just happens to be like a good outfit. They're like, it has like all this like history behind this outfit. Like,
yeah,
it
they have a
has,
lot of
like,
like
there's stories in this.
there's
outfit, and then they
psychology
put
behind
on.
it.
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy because like you don't even think about that. You just look at it and it's like, wow, that flows perfectly.
It makes
But-
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Where if they were to have like a sweatshirt on or some shit like this, like it just doesn't it doesn't play
Yeah.
their character and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like Kevin
Well,
wearing Christmas sweaters and shit like that. Like imagine if
Yeah.
he was just wearing just a regular shirt and shit
Green
like
Nike
that.
hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings life to the character.
Well, you guys want to get into rating this movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
I can go first if you want.
All right, go for it.
Well, like I said at the beginning of this great podcast episode,
Mhm.
I mentioned that this is the best Christmas movie of all time. There's some contention there, and there's a decent amount of competition for holiday movies.
Christmas
movies to be
Vacation's a little
exact.
better.
Nope, sorry. I'm gonna stand on this. I'm gonna stand on this high horse, and I'm gonna say that this is the best Christmas movie of all time. It is going to stay that way, probably through our entire life, and
Wow.
I feel
Wow.
confident that like I said, it sucks that like there's no new holiday movies that come out. Like, yeah, we see like Spirited and Guardians Holiday Special, but there's no like original quality, well produced Christmas films or like anything, Halloween films, stuff like that. I feel like at most Halloween gets the most respect out of any of those new movies, just because there's so much stuff that you can do on
Yeah,
it.
they
But
grind out so many horror movies and
yeah,
stuff.
but
right?
I feel like a reason.
Dude.
Sorry, just real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
feel like a reason that a lot of Christmas movies don't take off as much is because people around Christmas time are focused around like Christmas and stuff. So maybe
But a lot of,
movies
like,
takes
a lot
like a
of-
back burner.
but some of the biggest movies come out during Christmas.
Well, and two, they
Yeah.
make them for kids too, for the most part, right? That's the audience they're
Yeah.
going for in most
Yeah.
cases. Like the night
But I mean-
before was aimed more to adults.
Yeah, but it just sucks that
Yeah.
we don't get new Christmas movies and we don't get new comedies. Like
Mhm.
just in the times that we're in.
Kind of
right
like
now.
Mike said, though. There's a
Yeah,
reason
you
for
can't.
that.
Yeah,
There's a
It
reason for
sucks
it.
because that's not what film is.
Yeah.
And everyone should be able to enjoy it, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. I feel confident giving this movie a 98 out of 100. It's not a perfect
Wow.
100, but like I said, rewatch value is unmatched compared to any of these other holiday movies. It's a great family friendly movie. It's funny for adults. Even when you're watching as a kid, you're like, damn, I just want to set booby traps around my house. Like, I hope someone breaks in my house so I can do this shit. But now you watch it, there's like funny adult gags to it too, which makes it even better. But yeah, all in all, I mean, it's by far my favorite Christmas movie of all time. And I feel confident in saying that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go second here, and I don't do this often, but I'm actually gonna agree with Aiden on the sole fact that this is the best
Someone
Christmas
clip that.
movie of all time.
Clip
I
that.
can, yeah, clip it, do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Clip
I'm
it,
not
ship
proud
it.
of doing it, but I do agree with Aiden. I think I definitely think
Yeah.
this is the best Christmas movie of all time. I had to think about it for a second, but I mean, obviously, like Aiden said, there's always going to be competitors and stuff like that. But I think this takes it for me. But there's just scenes in this movie that just, honest to God, that we talked about throughout this episode that will always make me laugh, no matter how many times I watch it or when I see it or where I see it. And this is my recommendation. And there's a reason that we're talking about it so highly, because I recommended it. And
Wow.
with that said, I'm gonna go a 96 out of 100.
Okay.
So,
Wow. Yeah, I
Damn,
don't.
I'm
There's
gonna
really
shit
nothing
on
bad to
this.
say about this movie. It's crazy that it's only PG. It's not PG-13. I could have swore it was, but I guess it makes sense. It's just with all the violence. I feel like
oh, they
it's
got
like
their,
crazy.
but I mean, there's no blood and like
No blood. Yeah,
They
And
make
I
it
know
like
it
practical
swears.
where, I mean, he says horse's ass, but I think they get one ass
one ass play a little bit.
One ass pass.
One ass in the
One
PG.
ass
Well,
pass
too,
per
it's
movie.
You
the
get one ass
90s, right?
pass per
So
movie.
it's the 90s. So maybe if it was out now, it'd be
Yeah.
PG-13. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense why this movie's so successful. I don't
Pump
know.
your guts full of lead.
I'm gonna
It
give it the
literally had
same
that in
score.
there.
I'm gonna give it the same score I gave Christmas Vacation, which is an 87, I believe. Just because I feel like they're not connected for me at least. Like I love Christmas Vacation so much, and this movie's just like right there next to it. And maybe if I did watch it when I was younger, it'd be even higher. But I like the fact that, like I said, I can go into it a little bit older and watch this movie and fall in love with it even at 17 years old. Really says something. And like Mike said, if you're even 40 years old watching it for the first time, you'd love it because it is a great classic Christmas movie. So I feel confident in 87.
Gotcha.
Obviously.
I will finish this off. I haven't been able to for the last couple
We're
episodes.
rusty.
I know.
Yeah.
I was in Hawaii, sponsored by Breast and Barbell. They sent me out there on
Nice.
First class.
yeah,
Is always.
first class, and I used a small guy's credit card to finance
I thought you
everything.
flew there.
Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about that after.
All right, yeah,
The
we'll run it
finances
by
of everything.
That's fine. We can run
Tax
it by accounting.
write-offs.
But no. So for me, I saw it when I was younger. Home Alone here, so it's a classic for me, and I love it. I don't know if I can call it my favorite. I'd have to think about it. I really like.
What's
I'm
your favorite,
stupid.
you think?
I really like Elf. I really like the Polar Express.
You don't get sick of Elf?
Ooh.
I
Elf,
like
Elf is
I get
so
sick of Elf.
fucking annoying, dude.
Elf
gets
is it's
stupid.
a
It gets
good
old.
movie,
But
but I
it's
think if anything, sorry to cut you off, I think that
Go.
the only thing that is in competition with Home Alone for the #1 spot would be Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Yeah.
which is what we didn't do that, and I said I wanted. That was the other movie I was going to say.
a
That's
good
one that I
movie,
wanted
and
to
that is
do.
a rewatch value of unlimited rewatch.
That
value.
movie is
It's a
funny
great
as
movie.
hell.
It's hilarious.
Actually, that might be my favorite. That's the one that
Honestly, that might be my favorite too.
I
but
told
I'm
you,
not
Josh, we
about it.
should have done it.
Well, next year, dude. Next year we'll do
All
like
right,
we can do Home Alone 2, everything. We'll have
I mean,
there's
everyone
so much
knows
more.
that that's the best one. It's just the unspoken. No one needs to even touch on it.
So wait, hold up. You started this review with, "I'm gonna die on this."
Yeah, he just
I'm
changed.
gonna
Well, I mean,
die.
I
Yeah,
am.
if you give
No,
Home
I
Alone
said-
a
I
98,
said-
what would you
I-
give the Grinch then?
And I followed your dumb
98.
ass. See what happens when I do that shit, Aiden?
I'll give it a 98.
Look like a
I'm not.
fucking
I said
idiot.
it's in competition. I didn't say it was better
Idiot,
than
man.
Home Alone.
So I think the Grinch is better. With that said, I still really
I'd be
like this
okay with that.
movie. There's not a ton I would change about it. But I can't give it like a perfect 100 or anything like that, just because it's still a Christmas movie and it is stupid and it's a little bit older, but it's pushing 90s. So with that said, I'm thinking a 91. I like this movie. It's falling into the 90s.
I mean, would you watch it in July, you think, or no?
No, so that's why I can't give it a 100 or a real high score.
Why would
there
you
because
not watch this in July? I would watch
Not
this
Christmas
any-
time.
It's not
I would watch
Christmas
this any
time.
month
It
'cause it's
wouldn't
funny.
feel right.
Oh, but it gets you pumped for Christmas time.
Christmas.
You only got what 5 months left.
I just wait till I'm a little
I'm
closer.
I'm gonna
I
watch
think.
it in January coming
Yeah.
up and be like, fuck, I can't wait
On
for
Halloween
Christmas.
Day. I'm gonna watch Home Alone.
But no, I feel good with the 91 for this movie. It's a good one. If somehow you haven't seen this, check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to meet someone that has never seen Home Alone.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you everyone for listening. Next episode we're doing is Avatar Movie of the Year. Avatar: The Way of the
Don't
Water.
say that
What's
shit.
it called?
I'm gonna
Whatever
cut
that
this.
shit's
I'm gonna
called.
cut this
Avatar 2.
dumbass off right now and say,
The Way of
shut
the
your
Water.
damn
That's
mouth.
what it is.
More like Asatar.
No, and this was this is our last rewind of the year.
That's a
We're
shame.
yeah, because of Christmas, we're taking that next rewind off. But yep, we got Avatar is our next episode, and then we'll be back for the Friday episode. So
Hey,
Um,
you boys got to take into consideration that we started this podcast this year.
mhm.
I don't know which month to be exact.
June,
June.
but
end of
look
June.
at that. June. We're 6 months later. We're still
26th.
standing.
24th.
You know, we got sponsors up the ass. We can't even.
I was able to
Breast
get
and
the
Barbell is-
Hawaii.
We can't even
Yeah.
keep up with the emails. They just keep
I'm
coming
throwing
in.
away money to this, honestly, man. Like it's
You know, we need.
Mike sent me to
we're gonna-
Hawaii to
We're gonna
market.
get a Patreon going. You know, we'll even do meet and greets. If you want to hire one of
We
us,
should
to
start
come show up
plugging
at the
Brian's
house, you know,
OnlyFans too, because that's
introduce us
making
to
money.
the family. You know, say, hey,
Yeah.
look, you guys enjoy Small Guys. You listen to every episode. Here is the Small Guy. And, you know, we
Yeah.
just come up, pop up, say what's up, meet the family, sign some autographs.
and you know,
It's kind of
Aiden, with
like
that-
a
like that,
birthday
take some
clown.
pictures. Yeah, it's like hiring a clown or hiring a face paint artist. You
And
know,
just
some of
just
us
a
could probably do that.
a friendly reminder here: when we say small guys, we're not talking about our physical appearance. You can take that as you will.
Yeah, there we go.
I still don't get it every time he says it.
Well, that was the last one of the year.
That is.
Oh well,
Yeah,
there's
because
more
we
episodes. He
canceled
can
our
get it. He can
Avatar
get it. He
episode,
can get
right?
it in a couple more times.
No, we canceled
Um,
our Avatar.
I'll get it
episodes.
in a couple more times, Josh.
We'll be reviewing Avatar in 2023. So, but by that time, Avatar 3 will be out.
it'll be-
Maybe even 4 will be out by the end of the year. So,
Fuck James
No, I think
Cameron,
actually-
fuck Avatar.
So
I'll
the
say that.
way we're releasing episodes, Avatar will actually come out on the 23rd. So that one will be our last one before Christmas.
Oh,
But
thanks.
we want to
Yeah.
wish you guys a Merry Christmas. This is our Christmas episode.
but
Feliz
at least
Navidad.
I retired from watching movies. Then,
Yep. Happy
Come on,
holidays.
guys. Happy holidays. You know, feel lonely and you're sick of your family asking you how come you don't. Any ladies out there, you know, you're asking how come I don't bring a significant other out to
This sounds personal.
out to Christmas, you know, to you know, you just feel home alone. Feel free to
Wow.
call one of the small guys.
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
That's
this
so
is
sad.
this is a
I
plea
was
for
going
help.
somewhere else with that.
Just
but,
tag your
yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, just DM me. All
Yeah,
right.
you
But
know,
thank you
we got
guys
our
for
names in there,
listening.
so
And Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.